Well, I mean, I think we all can now see that Hugh is a liar. You know, he's a bald-faced, horrible coward and a liar. And here he is, back again. You know, you'll have to find out how he comes back, because that's one of the most fun aspects of the movie.
There are a lot of things Ryan Reynolds thought he would get away with, but newsflash, he didn't. Hugh Jackman decided that it was time to speak up, and from unbelievable moments of exclusion to jokes that went too far, it seems like Ryan is in deep trouble. Here's the gist of the Jackman-Reynolds feud. Around December 2024, something absolutely hilarious went down between three wildly unexpected people: Martha Stewart, Ryan Reynolds, and Hugh Jackman. It all started when Martha popped up on Built Rewards' show called Rent Free and got asked which celebrity she thought would be the most fun to hang out with. And guess who she named? Ryan Reynolds, of course. But then she took a wild left turn and dropped the kind of side eye that nobody saw coming. With a totally straight face, she goes, "You want to know something? He's not so funny in real life. No, he's not so funny. He's very serious."
Want to know something? He's not so funny in real life.
Really?
No, he's not so funny. He's very serious.
Now, wait a second. Did Martha just casually roast the king of sarcasm and sass? Here's where it gets juicy. Ryan saw the clip, and instead of brushing it off, he jumped straight into the drama with his usual dry charm. He tweeted something like, "I disagree with her, but I tried that once." The woman is unexpectedly spry. She really closed the gap after a mile or so. Of course, the internet went feral. But just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Hugh Jackman swooped in like the petty best friend who's been waiting for his moment. He simply replied, "Finally, someone says it." That little tweet blew the lid right off their years-long fake feud and reminded everyone that this bromance war was still alive. But since when has this dynamic been going? Let's rewind for a second. Their feud actually dates all the way back to 2009, when they met on the set of X-Men Origins Wolverine. Jackman was doing his intense claw thing as Wolverine, and Reynolds was just stepping into the chaos as Deadpool. But there was more drama off-screen than on. Back then, Ryan had just married Scarlett Johansson, and Jackman, being besties with Scarlett, basically made it his mission to haze the new guy. That set the whole tone for this decades-long comedy beef. Over the years, they've turned their mockery into an art form.
Divided by fear. One man must stand alone. Will Smith, Ryan Reynolds, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Toby Jones, Ian.
There have been countless social media jabs, like the time Jackman posted a video of Ryan pretending to be him with a ridiculous Australian accent, or when they agreed to make ads for each other's brands, Ryan's Aviation Gin and Hugh's Laughing Man Coffee, and then completely sabotaged each other's commercials. It was perfect. And no one came out looking good, which somehow made it even better. And anytime they show up together, talk shows, interviews, whatever, you know something chaotic is going to happen. They drag each other every chance they get. So, when Martha made that offhand comment, Hugh didn't miss a beat. He used it like a pro. But there's more to this feud, and it involves a lot of gossip behind Reynolds' back.
Ryan, I need you there in the audience. You bought a ticket, no discount. You're not in the front 8 rows because you don't want to draw attention to yourself.
On January 2025, Hugh Jackman launched this glitzy, over-the-top concert series called From New York with Love at none other than Radio City Music Hall. And of course, the whole thing was packed with singing, storytelling, and all the Hugh flair you can imagine. But the real gossip? It started when Hugh decided to spill some behind-the-scenes tea about his big 2024 blockbuster, Deadpool and Wolverine. And trust us, it had everyone in the audience leaning in. While reflecting on the movie during one of his performances, Hugh casually dropped a hilarious little complaint. Apparently, there's a scene in the movie where Ryan Reynolds' character, Deadpool, breaks into a full-on dance routine to NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. And not just any dance. We're talking full boy band realness, choreography, and all. So guess who was not invited to join that dance number? That's right, Hugh Jackman, and he was not having it. With a grin, he told the audience he had a little gripe. And while he was just pretending to be mad, you could tell he was a little hurt. But wait, why wasn't Hugh, who has done Broadway, the Oscars, and literal musicals, not part of this throwback pop masterpiece? The man danced through The Greatest Showman like it was cardio. Hugh joked about it, of course, saying Wolverine just stood on the sidelines while Deadpool lived his best boy band fantasy. But he wasn't going to let it slide that easily. And here's where it all took a turn because Hugh came up with the most theatrical revenge plot you've ever seen. During the concert, he added a whole segment called The Dance That Got Away. He pulled out a choreographed jump rope routine that had the audience losing their minds. It was athletic, hilarious, and one big wink to every person who thought Wolverine couldn't move like Timberlake. And then boom, plot twist. Ryan Reynolds showed up completely unannounced.
Can we just get the house lights on because I want to be able to...
Hello, Hugh. Ryan.
He just waltzed in during a Q&A like he owned the place. He started cracking jokes, calling Hugh's concert a comedy version of Les Miserables, and poking fun like only Ryan can. But then he flipped it and started praising Hugh's talent, professionalism, and their years-long friendship that started way back on X-Men Origins Wolverine. Oh, and let's not forget what all this did to NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. That dance scene reignited the entire track. We're talking streaming spikes, TikTok challenges, the whole thing. Suddenly, everyone under 20 was trying to master that shoulder-popping move from 2000. It was wild, however. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes, because Ryan Reynolds' life is a complete mess. First of all, there's the news that Blake and Ryan will not be attending the 2025 Met Gala. Let's set the scene. The Met Gala is happening on May 5th, and fans have been buzzing, practically begging for another Blake and Ryan moment, but then came the bombshell. Multiple sources confirmed they're skipping it. And while at first, it seemed like maybe they just wanted to chill for a year or have a super busy schedule, people quickly connected the dots to something way darker: Blake's ongoing legal battle. She's currently in the middle of a harassment lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, her co-star and director from It Ends With Us. The entire situation has spiraled so far that even Ryan's involved now. And what started as a private legal matter is now blowing up into a full-on public spectacle. Now, here's where it gets really wild. Just 3 days ago, Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, publicly came for Ryan Reynolds in the most dramatic way possible. He called out Ryan for trying to dismiss a jaw-dropping $400 million defamation lawsuit that Baldoni slapped on both him and Blake. Apparently, Baldoni is accusing the couple of running a full-blown smear campaign against him. Friedman went all in, claiming Ryan tried to run from the flames by filing to dismiss the whole thing. And honestly, the wording alone sounds dramatic enough to belong to a movie, but Ryan's team is not backing down. They responded by saying that Ryan simply expressed an opinion and that he genuinely believes Baldoni is a predator. And here's the kicker: this belief is reportedly based on private accusations made by Blake herself and on things Baldoni allegedly admitted about his past behavior with women. Suddenly, this isn't just about who said what. It's about a tangled mess of allegations, power plays, and a couple trying to stand their ground while under a media microscope. And if you thought it couldn't get any more intense, it absolutely does. Because in those same court documents, Ryan basically said there's nothing wrong with calling Baldoni a predator because, in his words, it's a protected opinion under the Constitution. He's standing firm, saying he only got involved because he's defending his wife, who, let's not forget, claims Baldoni harassed her on set and then retaliated when she spoke out. Baldoni, on the other hand, is not letting go either. He's accusing Ryan of tanking his career, dragging his name through the mud, and being part of some big conspiracy to ruin him. So now both sides are locked in, lawyers are on fire, and everyone's heading toward a massive trial set for March of 2026. But here's where the tone shifts, because somehow, in the middle of all this chaos, Ryan and Blake did the most unexpected thing ever. They joked about it.
Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
In February 2025, they showed up to the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special, looking calm, collected, and as cheeky as ever. Sitting on a couch with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, Ryan took the opportunity to drop a few jokes about the legal drama, like it was just another quirky headline in their lives. It was bold, unexpected, and honestly, it was kind of genius. The whole segment was clearly designed to ease the tension, maybe even remind people that they're still that effortlessly funny, self-aware couple who never take themselves too seriously. But make no mistake, underneath the humor, the real-life stakes are massive. Do you think that Hugh and Ryan secretly have more beef than they let on? Let us know in the comments. And if you liked this video, you'll definitely want to get into more of this Ryan Reynolds drama amid the lively versus Baldoni lawsuit in this other video of ours.